Welcome to Level Up D&D, where every time the BBEG goes down, we level up. Well, not me, they do. Today's episode 0, or session 0, we'll be explaining to you in more detail how this session will work, discussing the finer details of the game, and finalizing our characters for episode 1. We will also be taking your questions in the live chat. So, how the game is going to work. This is a new D&D game where the Dungeon Master, aka me, Dwarven Dad, aka Nick, will be making the heroes go through a series of D&D one-shots that get more difficult as the game progresses. If the heroes survive, they will level up and go on to the next episode. So, roughly 1 episode per show. If a hero dies, screw them. That hero is dead. They got to come up with a new one next time. Get a new character sheet. So, if the whole party dies, well, that's a TPK. You know how TPKs work. Then the session is over, and we will all start from level 1, and we'll start a brand new adventure. Our heroes are going to be Connor Duell, the infants Kevin, Steven Rivera, Bryce Rodriguez, Hector Salgado, and Joshua Woodfolk. There we go.
Bless you.
Oh, damn.
Blew me back out of my chair.
Edit that part out.
Everyone keep it in there.
Right.
So Sans, I got your question. We will answer your question. Thank you very much for the donation. Okay.
All right, real quick, guys. This is just a warning for those newer. Due to the improv nature of the content of our channel, some themes, situations that occur in game may be difficult for some to handle. Adult language, adult situations. If you're not comfortable with that, you're as well as you're within your right. In certain episodes or scenes become uncomfortable, we strongly suggest taking a break or skipping that part of the particular episode. We will be talking about things like what's going to be going on in our episodes, how we kind of play, is this G, PG-13, R, and we'll get into that more. All right. Let's go ahead and start off by introducing ourselves. Me, once again, I'm Nick. I am their DM. You might know me better as Dwarven Dad. Oh, sweet Mort. Who we have here right now? Hector Salgado, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Hector. I'm the one that's running the background of the YouTube, and also some of you might see me as the dancing wizard. So that's me. I'm gonna try to do more of those for you guys.
All right, up next we have Bryce. Bryce, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Bryce Rodriguez, and I'm right now just more of a player, but we will be coming out with more content that we're planning for you guys at some point in time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, up next, the infamous Kevin.
Hi, it's me, Kevin. Dwarven Dad's favorite son. Not arguable, by the way, and scientifically proven.
Scientology.
Yeah, that's it. that's all I am, really.
That's cool.
All right, up next is Steven. Steven, please introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? I go by Nevitz. It's my gamer tag and otherwise. Excited for the new game. Also running in the background with everybody. So let's get it going.
All right. I am going to kind of shrink my chat right here just so I can have a little more access to this right here. All right. Did you guys want to answer a few questions first before we get into this, or we should just dive right into this?
So we do have a donation from Sans. So big donations. I put it right in the chat.
Oh,
snap. So he asked. He said, "Love you guys. You're awesome. Also, what are your classes so I know what to expect? What do you think of Undertale?" So
I like Undertale.
Undertale, is that the one with? I'm pretty sure that's the one with the skeleton dude, right? Kind of like retro 16-bit type looking.
Yeah, kinda.
No.
Undertale's that's with Sans, and it's kind of like would you say the game's just more about dodging and RPG choices?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
Well, what I mean is, like, you could either go through and like kill absolutely everything, or you can like be a pacifist run.
You can be a good boy or a bad boy.
Yeah. Pretty much, Undertale is you fall through a crack and you land in the underworld, and you're just a kid, and your whole existence there is like to get the hell out,
Okay.
and you just meet like a bunch of wacky characters. It's actually pretty fun.
Okay. I'll have to check it out sometime.
Yeah, you'll like it. It's a great game.
As for classes, I'm the DM. My class is God. It's a little underpowered. It's a little underpowered. Just I like it. I like it because it's fun.
Generous God.
Generous God.
Should we just do? Should we just state what characters we're gonna play and just go from there?
Yeah, go for it.
Just the class. Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, Hector, go
Start
ahead.
off, Hector.
I'll go. So I'm gonna be playing a cactian race, so kind of like a cactus race, and they're gonna be a fighter, and I'm gonna call them Boltis Dodgy, kind of reference to Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy X, where you have to dodge like 100 lightning bolts in a round, whatnot. So yeah, that's what I'm playing. So I'm gonna be the tank for these guys.
Nice. And for some of you going, what do you mean a cactus? So this particular campaign, I have removed all restrictions. This is going to be a compilation of Pathfinder, Call of Cthulhu, D&D, and we're just slamming all of them and all the versions together. And I pretty much told these guys, if you find something that looks like fun, you can put it in your character. The whole point of this is to be over the top and fun. All right, Bryce, what you got for us?
All right, so my character is going to be an arachne, so I'm pretty much going to be a spider, similar to a minotaur, so somebody could actually ride on my back.
Okay.
When I think of spiders, I also think of minotaurs.
As long as they are small, or as long as their size is at least, or at most small, they could ride on my back, because my character is considered small. And I'll also be playing as a rogue.
Ah, nice. So, as far as the spider goes, you're just person on top, spider on the bottom?
Yeah, pretty much. But I'm for my version, it's more or less gonna look. The whole thing's gonna pretty much look like a spider.
Okay. What's the name of that little spider, the little fuzzy one that they put the kid's voice to?
Oh, the jumping spider.
Yeah, the little jumping spider. When he said, "I'm gonna be a spider," I kind of pictured that, like. You want to hear a story, kind of thing? Not. Oh, by the way, I'm an abomination of science and magic. All right, Kevin.
I'm a sprite.
Sprite.
Literally a sprite.
Yeah.
A literal sprite can.
Yes. I'm a soda pop. But okay, here's the thing. I've been debating on whether or not I just want to be a sprite can, or if I want to be like a sprite can with like a human leg, just one human leg.
What happened? What happened to the Warforged and Sprite combination?
No. Yeah.
That's what it is. Yes. It's a Warforged.
Yeah. So I'm a
this was never completed.
But if you open me up, like you open me up, you look inside, it's just flesh, right? And partial, like
just organs.
Yeah.
First time someone's thirsty. Oh, I killed him.
Oh my god.
Are you constantly carbonated?
Yes.
How many times can I get that nice crisp sound?
Only once.
I haven't thought that far yet, but I'm pretty sure I'll have like a mechanism where.
There's your merch idea. It's just a Sprite can, but instead of Sprite, it says Kevin.
There you go.
There we go.
He opens it up and it's just
not
the choice drinks. Yeah.
So we'll get into that question, Brad, in a little bit. All right.
Have an ass on the back of it. I'm playing a Callisto, fire alignment.
So what is a Callisto?
A Callisto is a human-shaped apparition that glows, kind of like the stars behind me here. I will be like same color, blue, red when in battle. It can shapeshift and also walk through walls. So walls can't be steel or rock, though it has to be like a building. because it has to be pass-throughable.
I am the most advanced of species. No, 10, my one weakness.
Yes, you have to go through walls and take damage. But yeah, I all fire spells for my sorcerer and fire alignment. So
Well, you take damage when you go through walls?
That's what it said. Yeah.
That's fucking lame.
Because basically, it's like separating yourself and then realigning on the other side. So you take I think it said 5 points.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And you're a sorcerer?
How much health do you have?
I'm going to take damage. I better play the lowest HP classes in the game.
I could just heal myself on the other side. Just hopefully I don't let
does
myself
that mean
if
every spaceship is going to have, wood, steel plate, wood.
I'm all...
He's going to get trapped in insulation foam just
So if I were to walk in front of you, my character walks in front of you and tried to use that, you would take damage, is what you're saying.
Oh, I could pass through you. Tickle you
right.
away.
And
it
you
would be the most sensual of pass-throughs ever, though.
Yeah.
I think it said steel or was it iron? I think iron's the only other thing that could go.
We'll look into it. Alrighty.
We'll have pictures for you guys next week so you guys can see everybody.
Yeah, we'll have,
we
are thinking of getting some character art commission, but my only fear is they're like, yeah, I paid so much for this perfect select, and then just well, there goes that one.
He's gonna bring him back. Don't worry.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna start over.
Yeah, not gonna bring him back.
All right. So as far as team building, guys, let's get right into it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's name our classes one more time, just so they're fresh in my brain.
Yeah. So fighter.
Yep.
Rogue.
Paladin.
Paladin?
Yep.
Yeah. Did I fucking stutter?
Smite.
That's right.
All right, Paladin.
Biggest sprite can you'll ever see.
And then sorcerer. Okay. So, Jesus Christ. All right. So we have at least 2 front line. We have our mid range or sneaky tacky Percy, and we got our distance range. All right. We do have several other players that just aren't here yet. We will get into them when they get here. Let's see. What are you guys more excited about? Are you more excited about kind of combat? Are you excited about the kind of puzzles you'll get in this, or the exploration? For those of you who haven't figured it out, if you take a look and you see this giant hippo, if you can see it, they are on a giant ship, and there is a background of a planet. We are getting into Spelljammers. If you don't know what a Spelljammer is, it's like a D&D spaceship. These guys are going to be going off-world.
Wait, so Nick, how are they breathing in space, Nick?
This is actually explained in the Spelljammer's manual. So, pretty much, you have a helm. It's like your Captain Picard's chair. And wherever you stick this chair, and this chair can be anything. It could be a bar stool, a box. Wherever you stick it, it literally produces a giant, intangible bubble that makes it so people can breathe there.
But where does the air come from?
The chair.
Oh, the chair makes the air, and
yes, the chair makes the air.
Gotcha. And we can pass through the shield.
Yes, if you pass through that shield, it's your ass, though.
Oh, okay.
Magic.
But can I just walk into the void? Yes, you can. Is it a smart idea? Probably not.
I am space, though, so I don't need to breathe.
Compressed gravity. Open. I don't have a balloon. I was going to explain what would happen if you walked out into space.
Would I take damage? Is it like going through walls?
What's that movie with the chick that's floating through space? Like, no, I should have stayed inside.
Isn't that just called Gravity?
Gravity.
Gravity, yeah.
Oh goodness.
All right.
So
what do you guys think? Are you more excited for combat? I hate to say it, guys. I will be throwing a myriad of... Yes, friendly fire will be on. I'll be throwing a myriad of both celestial horrors from the campaign books and monster manuals. I bought like a whole bunch of brand new books just to have monsters. and a few homebrew, because why not?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I will be introducing a few new mechanics.
Let's do
Sounds
it.
good. I like it.
I'm excited to try and kill everything.
Okay. So I'm most excited for the exploration because I know it's like the space stuff. There's so much to it, and it's gonna be an opportunity. I think you mentioned this before in a talk, where it's gonna be an opportunity for us to just get out of the norm, right? Instead of just being a fantasy town and tavern, now we're in a space tavern and a space farm.
What do you mean space gold doesn't work here? You say my money's no good?
No, that's what I'm excited about.
But yeah, so we will be doing things like that. We will have a mix of things that happen on the ship, things that like you can go to a new planet. The best way I can explain this, where you kind of get an understanding, think of it like Kingdom Hearts, kind of, where you will have several worlds you can choose from, but you don't have the access to the entire map. You'll get your first one, you'll get a couple extra the next time, and eventually you'll have a culmination where you can kind of travel back and forth. You'll have things like asteroids. You will encounter things while you're in the ship. You will have to perform maintenance in some situations. Maybe you pass through an asteroid belt and something goes horribly wrong. Maybe something gets on the ship and you need to get rid of it before it goes horribly wrong and multiplies like the Trebles or something. No,
Gremlins?
No, that's an old Star Trek one.
Wait.
Oh yeah,
The sponges.
I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, they're just kind of going through the vents and stuff.
Yeah.
You're like, ah. Oh,
So
man.
things like that. I will be borrowing heavily from multiple sources of sci-fi and fantasy.
Okay.
Let's
Mm.
go.
So you will always expect accumulation of both. So if like one situation's like, oh my god, this guy's his father, it could be like a mix of Star Wars, and then like, oh shit, but someone's blowing up a planet. Oh, okay, well we're combining episodes then.
I'm gonna be waiting for my Ender's Game moment.
Your Ender's Game.
Will
It's too late. He's already hit the red button.
Will we get a chance to meet Donald and Goofy?
Entertainer.
I cannot say
Yes. Okay,
yes,
got it.
but part.
That's all I want.
Kevin, do you have a life support option where if we're thirsty, we can just open you up?
Okay, funny story. I actually thought about that. Where I wanted to make a feature where if you guys wanted to, I call the skill cracking a cold one. Okay, and what happens is, in the middle of combat, what you can do is pick me up, and you can crack me open, and you can take a sip, right?
Do
And
we need
it'll
to
give
shake you?
some. Yeah, you can shake me. You can shake me. Yeah, and then if you drink me, you get some sort of buff, but you can only take 3 total sips, and the more sips you take, there will be more of a whatchamacallit.
It's just his paladins lay on hands every time you bring it to his lips. It's like, eh.
Yeah, every time you drink me, I'll moan
Essentially,
a
yeah.
little bit.
All right. I'm like, where's he going with this?
Every time you drink it creates an emotional bond, and you're stuck with Kevin forever.
That's right. You start developing.
Whoever's the last one to do it has to
healthy-
carry Kevin around.
You start developing feelings all of a sudden.
Why is it salty? Like,
Mm.
Kevin's like, no, pineapple. Anyway, as a player, guys, I just want to take. What do you think? What kind of strength do you think you're going to be bringing to this group?
What kind
No
of
time to think. Just tell me. Hector, go ahead.
I was gonna say I like getting into like the nitty gritty of combat situations, so kind of going fast and try to help out the situation, and then I'm gonna try to do better on puzzles because I always suck at puzzles in general. So I'm gonna try to do better on those.
All right.
Yeah.
What about you, Bryce? What do you think you're bringing to this table?
Well, I think at least for this campaign, like you said, we're gonna have to perform maintenance and stuff, and I at least believe that my webbing that my spider can produce would kind of help out with that.
Okay.
Kind of maintain the ship.
All right. Good.
See
Impromptu
that.
duct tape. All right. Kevin, I'll come back to you.
Oh, hey.
All right, go ahead,
Hey,
Kevin.
50 Shades of D&D.
My okay, hold that thought.
Hold that thought.
My personal goal in this campaign is make sure that at least each and every one of you gets to drink out of me at least once. That's my goal.
Okay.
Yes.
It's like the world's worst Pepsi commercial.
Fucking take it.
All right, Steven. What do you think your character's going to bring to us?
Pyrotechnics. Fire. Everything's gonna burn. Lots of close quarters spells that do damage within 15 feet.
All right.
Please don't get too close to our enemies or you will light on fire.
Every spell's AoE.
When I go in, you're gonna be stuck behind the locked door, and I'm gonna go in there and open the chest and take what I want before you.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. All right, so
yeah, I have a chaotic evil alignment.
Oh, do you?
Oh, do you?
Oh, heck yeah. Me too.
That's good to know, guys.
Sure worry.
Can we
all
all
just
just be
about friendly fire?
All right, so I'm gonna have to like
Pirates now?
rethink our first intro to how you get the Spelljammer.
Are we just space pirates at this point?
All right. Well, you're gonna find out then. As far as scheduling goes, we all have agreed our game days are going to be starting at 5 o'clock on Saturdays. So, guys, set your reminders. If you pop in a little bit early, you'll usually see us fighting or arguing or talking strategy.
And then just before we move on from that, so 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, that might be a different time for you. So just know where that lies. So it's the same time we started today, essentially, if that helps.
Yeah.
For those who are coming from different parts.
Sorry, I always forget people don't live in my backyard. So
you gotta let us out, man.
Or in Dwarven Dad's dungeon.
oh, sweet morning! All right. So we are going to talk about a few expectations, guys. And this is for not only for us, it's for the viewers, so they kind of understand, like, oh, okay, they're allowing that. You guys got to understand, we are not professional. This is us having fun. So as far as things like food at the table, alcohol, smartphones, I do think phones can be a little bit distracting, but if you're using them to like look up your spell ability or something, I mean, we're all grown adults here. We're not going to argue over it, Kevin. Now, I don't have a problem with it. I just prefer that if we're in the middle of something, you're not the entire time. As far as food goes, if you're hungry, eat. I don't care. Just my only gripe about it is either pull the mic up or don't chew directly into the mic. If you can promise me that, I will not have a complaint. As far as role playing goes, we already talked about this. We're not Critical Role. We're not. I don't know if any other of you guys would know.
That's it. Just us and Critical Role.
It's just no. There's just us and Critical Role. There's only the two.
Fables, High Rollers,
AI. My personal favorite. So, we're not professionals. So some of us might get really into our role play, and some of us just might be like, "Hey, yeah, my guy does that," and that's cool. There's all different types of players. Just so you know, so like if I'm sitting here like Cactus McBalls, why did you do that? And he's like, my character just stares at you. Okay, that's something. Or he could be like, get the hell out of my face. Again, you expect different.
Mm-hmm.
And if Kevin's talking, you expect something like, and I slowly lowered my drawers. It's just, you know how he is. You know how he is.
That almost sounded like Morgan Freeman, by the way.
Just the way I like it.
I was gonna make a crack about being the DM god. But... All right. As far as narrative control, you guys will have a pretty good amount because you will be choosing where you're going, who you're interacting with, and quite frankly, you guys will have to decide on a captain.
Okay.
And whoever is sitting in the Spelljammer at that time when you guys take off, as far as I'm going to rule it, that is the captain for that session. And I'm not going to do it. Just like, okay, whoever gets there first, because then all of a sudden someone's going to dip into like the highest initiative they can get. Or someone's going to throw Kevin on the seat. And he's like, nope, that's the captain.
All right.
So as captain, you will be given extra responsibilities. Just be aware of that. You'll be controlling things like the flight during the fight, while others control things like cannons, navigation, shield. Yeah, I went kind of all out in the...
Can I ask, are you going to bring back that shopkeeper that we keep running into again? But he may have an attempt on his life this time.
I'm not going to say that generic Wizard 364 is going to be there, but generic Wizard 364 might be there.
I'm going to try and kill him with my fire.
As far as like, hey, can situations be taken back, or can they be retconned, or can I just not do that? I believe once the dice hit the table, that tells me that you committed to it. So that's how it is. We will be doing a live game. So because it's a live game, I am also going to be instituting the live table rules. For those of you who don't know what live table means, that just means that if you say it, you do it. For some of you, that's fine because you think out, you're like, oh, okay, well, if I do this, this might happen. For others who just like chaos, it can affect others in your group. Just know that.
Like Steven,
friendly
stop smiling. Stop smiling.
Friendly
Stop
fire
smiling.
is on. That's all I'm saying. Is there anything that you guys don't like about certain games, like RPs or anything like that, that's so I'm aware of?
Should I pull up the consent form for people to see at home?
I think I actually got that. Hang on.
Or I already have it up here. I can show it.
Do you?
If I want. Yeah, I can show it. Here, I'm going to show the consent form. So it says consent, RPG consent checklist, GM name. This is just a blank, right? But
if not, I have it as a map background.
Oh, okay. If you want to control it, yeah. Sure. We'll use the map background, and I'll move it. I'll move it to adjust it.
So this is for my players. I'm not going to sit here and like just single people out like, Hector, how are you on bugs? No. Each of my players has been sent a copy of this, and just they have their own thing that they can, if there's something they're uncomfortable with, they can shoot me a message like, hey, dude, I really don't care for this one, or hey, man, this is a big no for me. It works pretty simple. Green, like, bring it on. Yellow, it's okay. There's limitations. Red, no, don't include that. Having been with this group for a while, I think most of these are green, yellow, maybe one or two red. Like as far as social and cultural issues, I'm pretty sure we're mostly in red, maybe a few yellow as far as like story elements go. Unless you're just really like, I don't like the way they're talking to that bugbear.
Yeah.
But again, we'll
adjust.
Yeah. Well, like, as far as like Dwarven Dad's going, I was like, is it really racism or is it true? They all live in trees. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. They all live in trees. But again, we'll get into that. Like, I don't, as a DM, I don't really go into these things anyway. So, like specific cultural issues, we are dealing with a fantasy setting where you're dealing with like bugs and stuff. So I'm not like, again, I'm not really going into that kind of stuff. Relationships, these are one-shot episodes. If you want romance, that's all on you guys.
I love me a Sprite can.
I love me some fire.
So things
wizards.
like getting it on. For the sake of time, we will do the fade to black. That's just a time conservative thing. I don't need
saving throws.
Yeah, Constitution saving throw. I don't need Kevin explaining every detail.
I had an entire script written out. Just
I know
for
you
that
did,
one episode.
and you guys could totally read Kevin's fan fiction afterwards.
How dare you?
If you guys want to form an interpersonal relationship on the crew, that's up to you. Steven just really loves that soda can, whatever. as far as horror, like I get pretty descriptive, but I don't go too hard. I don't think anyone's gonna have any issues. Like, are any of you deadly scared of bugs?
No.
Blood? I'm not even showing it. It's just.
Yeah, I hope not, because Bryce is gonna be a freaking spider.
Get rid of
I know,
spiders
right?
now.
I think everybody
demons,
hears
no
about
spiders.
through.
Eyeballs, gore. Again, I'm not really describing much. It's like, oh, you lose an arm. I'm not going too hard. Harm to animals, like for me, that's a yellow because I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna say, all right. I'll say, oh dang, he like the steed got died, or the dog went missing. But I'm not gonna sit there and go like, oh yeah, they swung the dog around by the tail. No, of course not. I mean,
unless that dog tried to attack me,
then that dog's gonna win. That's just how it's gonna be. The dog's got ultra instinct.
Just gonna pass through it.
Harm to children, unless he's got it coming. No, I'm just joking. Harm to children.
We hate kids.
Again, like
younglings.
Youngling, yeah. I mean, we are gonna have a Star Wars episode, guys. So
I was gonna say, unless it's for younglings, I think we're fine.
If it happens, I'll say they're robots or something, but you'll know. Rats, spiders. Again, I hope not. Mental and physical health. Are any of you like? I've had a lot of cancer in my family. I mean, at this point, I'm like, yeah, it happens, but I'm probably not going to bring that up. As a matter of fact, I can guarantee I'm not going to bring up space cancer. Claustrophobia. Are any of you claustrophobic?
I mean, not really.
You're living inside of a soda can.
I am the soda can. I don't live in.
If the map seems too small, zoom out. This is death, so there is the possibility of freezing to death. Are any of you okay with that?
I mean, space is cold.
And again, if you don't want to say anything right now, it's fine. You can just send me and I'll adjust. Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
Gaslighting. You guys know what gaslighting is?
Yeah. Like a match.
Did it?
No, it's not. It is not. It is not with a lighter. So gaslighting is like emotional manipulation.
Oh, that's what I do. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that. That's fine. Okay.
I'm pretty sure we're not going to have genocide unless you try and blow up a planet, which I don't think your ship can do. Heat stroke. I'm a fat guy. I know all about heat stroke. So, you guys okay with heat stroke? One of you's living fire, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, and I'm a fucking cactus, so
right.
I'm good.
All right, natural disasters.
Yeah,
all good.
All good.
Bring on Hurricane Katrina.
Paralysis or physical restraints. Chains, locks.
Oh yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
As long as it's not like Kevin restraining us.
No, too late. We said yes.
Episode
already.
1.
Move on.
No.
I mean, at the same time, if Kevin were to go to space, he couldn't really.
Look,
freeze.
he's literally a Pepsi can. He's literally a Sprite can. I don't know why you guys are scared of him this time.
I'll find a way, y'all. That's why I have a leg. I have that one good leg.
I'm not really gonna have police in mind per se. You might deal with some local authorities. But with all things, you guys usually are the aggressors anyway. So.
Okay.
It will be attacked with fire, I promise.
Bryce, are you okay with having spider babies?
What?
So yes. So yes.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be kind of interesting.
I'm probably not going to get into this one. No pregnancy stuff.
Can spider babies?
This
Pregnant
isn't
Sonic.
pregnancy. Sorry, this isn't a. Well, for a second, it wasn't a woo chat, so it's a little worrying.
I was gonna say, this is a pretty good document. It covers a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Self-harm. I will not cover stupidity. So if you do it to yourself, you had it coming.
Okay.
But as far as like your character causing self-harm purposely, like trying to suicide to move the others, no, I'm not gonna allow that.
Right.
Severe weather. I don't think you guys have any issue with that, right? None of you been stuck in a bathtub in a hurricane?
No. Yeah.
All right. SA, Kevin, this one's at you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We only got like a small episode. Let's keep the Kevinness to a manageable.
Kevin will be a good boy.
All right.
I promise. I pinky promise.
Sprite cans
so unless Bryce or Hector or Stevens gives you the okay, like
Pineapples.
Pineapples, yeah.
Pineapples is a safe word.
Starvation. One of you is a cactus and one of you doesn't eat. I don't think that's an issue.
Could happen though. Could happen.
It could happen. If the life support systems go down, could happen.
Wait, don't 3 of them like not eat really?
I don't need as much water. I need half as much as water. But that's
How as
about
much?
it.
All right.
Yeah.
Terrorism probably not gonna. Well, I don't.
We are
see
the terrorists.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I don't really see terrorism as part of my game. You might have like a small. No, that sounds like terrorism. I was gonna say you might have like small. No, you might have like small guerrilla groups like doing something, but other than that, torture. We're not really, like, torture. I don't know how you guys get your info, but we're not gonna go like into full like, oh, I sit him on a chair with no bottom and bring out a sack of oranges. You know, like we're not gonna get too far into it as far as that.
We waterboard people for answers.
If there's something, I will use some kind of space device that just lets you do it to get information. You're probably not gonna sit there. I don't know what you're gonna do.
I do expect torture from like a BBEG, like at least like one or something. You know, like because they're freaking evil and shit. But
What's
it
a
doesn't
BBG?
have to. It doesn't have to be big bad evil guy.
Big Black Goblins.
BBEG is big bad evil guy.
Oh, okay.
Like the final boss, which we'll be fighting every episode.
Just emotional torture. I'm gonna cancel your 401k.
Oh shit.
Not my 401k.
I'm raising gas another $1. Just kill me.
Damn it, Biden.
Thirst. You're a cactus. Is this really a concern to you?
Wait, what? Sorry.
Thirst.
Thirst. They're probably gonna die before I do of thirst. So I'm gonna be like taking a one drop, and they're like,
I mean, cactus have cactus juice in them, so I mean,
I was gonna ask.
You can just break off.
Shit.
You guys have.
Where's cannibalism on that list?
Can I drink out of you?
That's actually.
It wouldn't be
what?
cannibalism.
It's right
though.
here on additional topics.
Red.
Hey, it wouldn't be cannibalism.
Come on, chat. Everyone in chat say green. I want to drink some cactus.
And if there are any other concerns, there are ones on the bottom, and you always feel free to message me, guys. You know, I'm very flexible about stuff like that. As far as this, if this game were a movie, like this is usually how I like to set it up. Is it a movie? Would it be PG, PG-13, NC-17, or other? I like to keep mine between PG-13 and NC-17. Technically, we do lean a little bit more to the NC-17 just based off of the amount these guys cuss. Kevin and
I don't know what you're talking about. We're innocent.
But I do believe our games are usually more around PG-13 to NC-17. We're not like hardcore, you know, out here furry RPing on the Discord server doing some crazy stuff.
I was going to say, occasionally they get into the XXX 50 Shades of D&D side, but...
That's only in in-person games, and it's really awkward.
Occasional yiffing. That's it, really. That's it. Nothing more.
I don't know that word, and I'm pretty sure I don't want to know that word.
It's okay. I'll explain it to you.
No, don't explain that word. Okay.
No.
I'll send the link in the chat. Everyone check it out.
No, for the love of God, don't. So help me God, I will ban you.
For the
player.
love of God.
All right. Do you have any, like, again, I just want to make sure, do you have any peeves about, like, any online games or D&D things you just don't like, anything like that you don't want to see, or you want less of? Less RP, less combat, less shopping episodes.
Shopkeeper.
The damn shop. Okay, less shopkeeper. Got it.
I was gonna say for like shopping stuff, that'd be great. I think if we do that off the air, and then when we come back the following week, we just say we bought this, and this. You know, my character.
Okay, yeah, that works. Okay, so shopping episode is not an episode. Got it.
Yeah,
that works.
I think if it's in game,
you were able to get 15% off your entire purchase. Level up. No.
It's good for RP to have the shops and have to go in and talk to different people, but I think that we should keep like limitations.
Like unless it's like a legit episode reason for you to be in the shop where you could buy something, I will limit what you can buy or why.
I think there should be like a time limit on how long we are like shopping for things.
Yeah.
Like kind of just get to the point of what you want, and if they don't have it, they don't have it.
Yeah. Yeah, because we do sometimes that we are a lot of haggling. Oh, they don't have something similar to that? No, they don't. Bread and water. That's all they got.
Can you please go check the back for us and see if they have it?
Follow them to the back, guys.
As far as other things like combat, I am going to be instituting a 1-minute rule. If you're not sure what your spell does, write it down next to it. I will have a 1-minute timer, like a legit hourglass, and sitting next to me. So once it's your turn, and I go, if I say, "Hey Hector, it's you're up," that's when the minute starts. Not when you go, "Okay, what am I going to do?" If you do not make it within that minute, I'm going to say you stalled. So if you want to hold turn, tell me hold turn. But if you stall, I'm going to say, the pressure got to you, you got scared, something. And I know it sounds kind of like dickish because it's like, oh, you're going to take. I know some people are like, oh, you're taking your player's turn away. That's taking away their whatever word is that says they can do whatever they want. And I'm not trying to do that, guys. It's just that in order to keep this flowing, especially if we want to have an action adventure, you got to go. Yeah. It loses its tension when you're like, oh, fireball or magic missile or acid spray. And it's like, are you hitting a group? No, then you probably don't want the AoE.
I mean, I think most of my spells have friendly fire.
All right, then.
I feel like
as for leveling up, when we do level up at the end of every episode, we will roll then.
Roll HP, right?
We will roll HP at the end. Okay. And just for the sake of it, because of the way things go, if you get a 1, I'm usually really cool about this, but if you get a 1 this time, that's what you get.
Okay.
Alignment. What was your alignment, Hector? Or are you gonna keep it free floating?
I'm gonna go with lawful neutral.
Lawful neutral. Okay. Yeah. Bryce, you said you're evil, right?
I can be.
Can we all
I can totally blame.
Except Hector. Just make...
What are you, Kevin? What's yours gonna be?
Chaotic. Worst one. What's the worst one?
Chaotic evil.
Chaotic.
That's what I am.
Chaotic carbonated. Got it.
Heck yeah. Dude.
Chaotic evil.
All air. No
okay, so. This is fine because every time
we're gonna hate you.
But here's the thing: every time we've ran an evil campaign, or I've ran an evil campaign, I always found that the evil campaigns, the players are more behaved than if it was a regular campaign. Like regular campaign, they're like, murder hobo everything, shopkeeping, give me what I want, murder hobo everything, and the justification is I'm a hero and I need it. It's for the greater good, and that's all they do. Evil. Yeah, exactly. But whenever I run an evil campaign, people are like, nope, we got to set up an infrastructure, we need to set up a school, we need a police force. And it's like, why? It's like, well, we need an infrastructure so that there's actually revenue and our subjects aren't dying. You can't rule a dead population. Schools, they need to be educated because I'm not having a bunch of stupid people as my minions. And we need a police force to keep people in check, and that's usually the evil whatever. Mm-hmm. And like I literally seen a group set up an entire kingdom where people are like, this place is fucking awesome. It's like everyone's got free healthcare, everyone gets a donkey, they pass out food every morning. Like,
I could use a donkey.
I promise you that I'll be evil.
As far as backgrounds go, that will be covered on episode 1. However, my suggestion is to send me your backgrounds because I am going to trickle them into the episodes. All of you are going to have just a rough knowledge of each other. We're going to keep that level of I don't trust you until you do something that earns that little bit of trust.
Got it.
You guys understand?
Okay.
All right. And that's just more for the story element because we are going to be going fast. It's a lot more fulfilling when you're like, oh, way back when I was that soda can that guy that was mugging you tripped on, like you managed to escape.
I'm just going to rob you all in your sleep, FYI. Just letting you know.
Thanks.
I'm glad I put my perception higher this
time. As far as encumbrance goes, you will be starting the game off with it is not a bag of holding. Each of you will receive a very specific item. I'm going to just go ahead and tell you what it is right now, because all of you are getting these. And you guys in the chat, you're going to be like, what the hell are those? It's because we are doing a Spelljammer's adventure and a few homebrew items. Each of you is going to be getting it's essentially a gauntlet, okay?
Okay.
And it's like a minor bag of holding. Each one only holds up to 100 pounds, though. All right? So each of you gets one, only holds up to 100 pounds.
Dang.
Cool.
Now, there is something interesting about them, but we'll get to that later in the actual game. Each of you are getting a blaster. You will get it in the game, but just so you have it for your inventory sheet, remember I told you it does a D4, force damage.
Okay.
These will, however, be either based off of your dex or your intelligence, as far as aiming and firing.
Crap.
Makes sense.
Aha! Later on, so again, it's just a D4. These are just, they're just something to have.
What's the range on them?
It gives you,
Sorry.
20 feet.
20 to 60?
20 feet.
Okay.
20 feet to 60
I
feet.
can throw it further than that.
It's 20 feet to 60 feet. You can overload it and blow up your own gun.
Yes.
And pretty much what that'll do is it turns it from 1d4 into 3d4. But once you do that, it's gone. That is your gun. It's gone.
Not to steal Hector's, that's fine.
If you can, I'm going to punch you in the face.
The reason I'm doing it like this is because it's very Star Trek-y. It's 1d4 force damage, or you can switch it and you can paralyze for a single round.
Okay.
However, the DC on this terrible little blaster is 8.
Okay.
It's a static 8.
Mm-hmm.
What?
So I guess if all 4 of you are just sitting there, eventually one's going to stick.
Yeah.
So that could be a strategy. You will find bigger and badder things as the game goes on. One of them is essentially the badass grandma of this gun, and this one will actually be based off of strength, for the sole purpose that you have to lift it up.
Okay.
And it's got a wide spray. It's gonna be guaranteed to hit, but you're gonna have to make a strength check every time you pick it up.
Sorry, I missed. What is this item?
It's gonna be essentially a Tommy gun. Like the best way I can describe it is like, you ever seen Team Fortress?
Yeah. Oh, a rotating.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am heavy weapons guy. Essentially one of those.
That's my favorite dude.
I'm heavy fire guy.
Crits and fumbles. Crits are going to be working a little bit differently, just based on this adventure, because of the nature of how I usually do my crits, where it's roll your dice, take your damage, double it. The opportunity to one-shot you guys is way higher that way.
Oh.
So we will be going back to the original way, which is no, because then it takes it away from you. We'll do max damage and then a weapon die on top of it. Sound good?
Okay.
Or do you want the double damage? Because it's a double-edged sword.
Ooh.
I will leave that up to the group.
I like the first one.
Okay. Because if you do the first way we crit, it's just max damage, and then you add your weapon die on top of it. If you got a longsword's 2d6, you do your max damage and then throw 2d6 on top of it.
Oh yeah, that's the regular way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm cool with that.
You're okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's for crits. Fumbles. Do you guys want fumbles? Because it goes both ways. You can fumble, and the baddies can fumble.
I like fumbles if you're comfortable doing that, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want fumbles?
Heck yeah.
All right.
I mean.
All right. You got it.
Yes.
It's supposed to be epic. Come on.
All right. Inspiration. I will hand out inspiration throughout the game. You can only stockpile 1 per player. However, you can pass your inspiration on to other people.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know what inspiration is, it's just a free reroll of a d20. Or any dice, pretty much, if you want to reroll it. The only thing I will be stating is that if you get one, I'm going to say you got 2 episodes to spend it.
Okay.
Because otherwise, you might just try and hoard it because you're like, oh, I'm scared about what's going to happen. And there's a little bit of tension you need. Starting gold.
Real quick on Desperation.
Yes.
What are some things that you like to see that gives that you're like, yeah, I want to give inspiration. Like, what's some stuff?
Okay, so let's say you guys are trapped in an airlock, and everyone's like, oh, I'm just going to try and rewire the control panel to get us open. And let's say Kevin's like, you know what? No, I'm going to throw my metal can body against the glass, cause the airlock to rip open so that Bryce can shoot a spider web and we can climb to the ship on the other side. Something like that.
Okay.
Or if you like one-shot a baddie or something like that's in an epic way. If you drop from a ceiling and just like completely Batman somebody, that might be worth something.
Okay.
Averting a crisis is worth something. Even things that are outside of your normal character scope, but it's for the story, that might be rewarded. Like, you're a good guy, the rest are bad. If for some reason, like, I don't know, Bryce just really can't get this guy to talk, and you're just like, oh hell, I'm a cactus guy, and you like pick a thorn off, and you're like, give me his fingernail, something like that. Teamwork. So just, it's like my other games. If I feel that you've done something deserving of it or inspirational, like just something that's outside the norm or thinking outside the box, you'll be rewarded for it.
Okay.
Okay.
As far as the fumbling rule, I do have a fumble chart I use. It's not overly powerful. It's not like, oh, I stabbed myself in the toe because I missed. It's more like, oh, my gun jammed, my laser sword ran out of battery, things like that. You stumble, so you lose like an AC till the next turn. But because we are going to be going epic, because we have the fumble chart, I will also implement the crits chart. So essentially, when you crit, something crazy happens.
Okay.
So it could double damage. You could gain advantage. You might get an extra turn. It's the luck of the die.
Okay.
Starting gold. I will have you start with your character starting gold. You will have the opportunity to increase that soon. So. And I know one of the biggest issues that we always have is like, well, what about gold? What about the currency? If I can only hold 100 pounds of gear in this watch, well, how much is 100 pounds of gold? Believe it or not, it's not a lot of gold. So what I'm going to be implementing is what I used a few times. I'm ripping it from so many animes and stuff, and it's the credit card. Emphasis on the credit. So essentially, it's just a device. It's going to go attached to your gauntlet, and when you're paid, it just rolls up into your gauntlet. If you get paid 100 gold, beep, 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 it says 100 G. And with that, you guys will never have to worry about carrying capacity. And I know you're probably thinking, well, what if we find a large hoard of gold, or what if we find this? In Spelljammers, I am going to be making the currency digital. So if you do find you find 30,000 in gold or 10 platinum cards or something, you will be able to take those cards and click them into your gauntlet, and it'll just roll into it. So you're not going to be finding a treasure chest. You might be finding someone's personal wallet or stash.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
So we're going to be going off the gold standard. What that means for me is We don't have copper. We don't have silver.
Got it.
So again, this is just to streamline things, because do you really want just one candle for a copper piece and then have 9 silver and 9 copper left over and have to no? So we're going to go off the gold standard. Health regeneration, Imperial credits. As far as health regeneration, you will regain health every episode, so you don't have to worry about that. Oh, excuse me one second. There's a fire or something going on.
It's the police! Run!
Yeah, I thought it was over here for a second. Send us your questions in the chat.
Ambulance. What was I moving on to here? Oh, health regeneration. After every combat, you will regain 1 health.
Oh, you're too generous.
1 HP?
1 HP. The purpose for this is that if a character is downed, but they're not out, it'll bring them back into the fight.
Okay.
So you're not permanently losing. The reason I'm doing this is because it does not look like you have a dedicated healer, and I don't want you just losing them.
Because this team is awful.
Fire heals? What are you talking about?
He heals with fire.
As far as death goes, the usual rule of thumb is it has to be twice what your max HP is to be instant death. I will be changing that rule.
Do we get inspiration for killing teammates?
No, unfortunately. If you lose, if you go into the negative up to your HP, then you die. So that's the rule I'm instating. It's a house rule, but that's what I'm doing. So if you have 12 HP to start with at level 1, if someone knocks you for 24, that character's gone. That's just something I'm doing.
Watch, first episode. Yeah. It's gonna happen.
It's only 1 long sword. Oh shit, max damage. Character death and resurrection. Death we've already agreed on is permanent. If you want to make a new character, I do have a caveat on this. Your character must be of a different D&D race or a different race, and it must be a different class than you started with. So if you were a rogue bugbear and it dies, you better come with a halfling paladin or something. If the halfling paladin dies, then you cannot have the bugbear rogue or the halfling paladin. It must be a whole brand new one.
Soul's gonna come back. Soul's my Mexican halfling cleric. Mexican mom.
Zeldric's gonna make a comeback.
Zeldric's OP. As far as that goes, sorry about that. Things you may encounter. You will have the opportunity to set up bases. And all that's really going to do is it's just going to give you a spot where you can load up on items for free. Essentially, if you invest in something, you'll get something back. Like your ship, I'm going to be giving you a very basic Spelljammer. Mm-hmm. It's going to be the Volkswagen of spaceships. Like it's not great.
It's a lemon.
It's like 1 bathroom, no shower. 2 beds, but there's 6 of you.
It's okay. I'll clean everyone.
It is literally just big enough for you guys to traverse. And you guys will be running into full-size Spelljammers. So Spelljammers come in varying classifications. The first is like the little fighter jets. That's what you guys are getting. You're fast, but you're not that durable. Your ship will have weapons. Then it goes a class up where they're bigger. It's actually manned by a crew. Then they get bigger. Like, okay, now this is like a battalion. And then these things get massive. They're all the way up to literally a dwarven stronghold, which is a frickin' mountain that's just ran by a bunch of clans of dwarves. Then you have like the elves. They're literally like, it's like a giant tree. Like, think Tenchi Muyo, like the big old tree spaceships. And like you're gonna run different ones. there are like a few ships we'll talk about later because I don't want to ruin any surprises for the viewers. We talked about them, the little Tinkerer gnomes.
Mhm.
So you'll be running into those guys. Or do we have any questions so far? Things you want to happen in the game? That's kind of what I'm really here for right now. Is there anything you want to see in the game? Any series that you guys like? Do you like Star Trek? Do you like Star Wars? Are you more of a Doctor Who fan?
I want some TIE fighters.
No, TIE fighters? Okay. We're definitely going to have dogfights, so.
I'm definitely open to everything just because I'm like, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. I like adventures. So whatever happens,
All right.
happens type of thing.
All right.
I did have a question here.
Yes.
So how long do you want to keep these games? Like, do you want it to be like 2 hours max, essentially, like 3 hours? Like, is it pretty? Like, how fast paced are these gonna be? Per session?
No, so these games are going to be pretty fast paced. They're going to be anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours. I will not go over 2 hours just because I am streamlining these for a purpose.
Okay.
So our games will roughly be from 5 to 7. If we have any time left over, we can always answer questions or something, or do as you like.
Okay. So pretty much, should we try to make like decisions in game as fast as we can, essentially?
I believe in a space adventure where timing is essential. I think your decisions should come quick and they should come at the top of your head.
Okay. Got it.
But if you really need time to think it through, that's fine.
Okay.
Just to get chaotic.
That's the point. It's all about can you survive?
No.
No, we all die at the end, anyways. What's the point?
No, not gonna happen.
All right. That's pretty much all I wanted to go through with you guys. Is everyone comfortable with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
If we have characters, wait. I have one question. If there's one character that we want, like let's say I want Tifa from Final Fantasy VII in the game in the campaign. Would you do that?
As far as characters you would like to see,
No special reason.
Due to licensing, I cannot use those particular characters.
Dang it.
But if you want to meet Rifa, I could probably do something like that.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is
Mifa?
Adif, spelled back Alucard. I can do Adif.
Adif? Okay. How about Fita?
Fita just doesn't want to
Okay.
choose. I can do that.
Thank you.
So I have a question for one of my character's background.
Yes.
Say he's gonna be eventually, level 3 purple dragon knight and whatnot. But
Are you sure about that?
yes, and I revised it, and it's more leveled out now.
I meant, are you sure you're gonna survive that long? But yeah, go ahead.
We'll see. But I was thinking of taking a pet. I think it was pet lover, but pet trainer essentially. And with it, I'm able to get like a pet essentially. Am I able?
Is this the cat girl argument? Can I have a cat girl? Is this what's going on now?
No. I want
Can I
to
have
see.
a cat girl?
I want to see. I want to see if I can either have. It's a tiny beast, either a flying snake or a sturge. Is what I'm kind of leaning towards.
As far as pets go, they must be, I believe, a fourth of your CR. The CR has to be a fourth of your level.
This one says 1/8. Like it has to be CR 1/8
1/8
or lower. So not even 1/4. Not
okay. I'm trying. I'm sorry. I was trying to remember the ranger. Yeah, as long as it falls in the required guidelines, that's fine.
Okay, so hypothetically, if I'm not saying this will happen, but hypothetically, if I chose pet lover and I wanted a cat girl, what CR is a cat girl? Just hypothetically.
You gotta make it bare minimum level 10 for that, buddy.
All right, note to self. All right, got it.
Why don't you just have like a pet like Sierra Mistcan or something since you're a freaking sprite?
I mean,
He's like, that's
what
not
would I
kettle.
do with it? I guess
Not a
can
bad
I
idea.
drink out of my Sierra Sprite can?
It's like, what are those mini cans? The
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Wait. See, now you're giving me ideas.
right.
Pet lover.
It's all his backstory right now.
Oh,
I love
Is
my
there anything
pet.
else you guys want to see? I mean, as far as actual characters showing up from other mediums, I can always tweak them.
death puzzles.
Death puzzles, okay.
Like
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever played the Uncharted games.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
A room you have to get out of.
Yeah, got you.
Traps. Or have you seen that movie The Cube?
Oh yeah.
God.
Oh,
Yeah.
I actually have something planned similar to that. So that's not
But we
fun.
got plot armor though. We got plot armor, so we're good.
Oh, that's tissue paper, bro. It's tissue paper. I don't know why my mind thought like Hellraiser. I'm like, yeah, I could throw you guys a Hell Cube.
that cube movie kind of scares me, man. Like I wouldn't like because it instantly makes me like put myself in that spot. I'm like, I don't want to be in that thing. You know?
Yeah, that Cube movie was really scary.
See, I'm the opposite. Like I'm the guy that watches freaking what is it called? With the stupid little puppet.
Oh yeah.
Harry
Chucky?
Puppet House.
Huh?
Chucky, Puppet Master.
No, where they keep
Annabelle?
putting him in death traps. When they keep putting him in death traps.
Oh, Saw.
Oh,
Yeah,
Saw.
I'm always like, what an idiot! Like, I was like, oh no, the key is in a razor blade box. You can't do this. You know, like you're just gonna stick your hand straight in. Can't use a finger to push him back. It's like, but then me, I'm a big old chunky guy. Gets stuck regardless. Like, oh.
I mean, they can, but a movie has to happen.
Yeah.
So.
I'm just saying I would have died. I already know, but embrace it. I already know I wouldn't have made it.
Is there gonna be like aliens?
Yes,
In
there
the
will be
space
aliens,
episode?
like the movie Aliens. I already had that planned.
Some xenomorphs.
With acid spit?
Oh,
Some
Xenomorphs
predators.
would be pretty cool.
More of a
actually.
slag variety. You guys remember the slags?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No.
You don't remember them?
This should be interesting.
How about it?
The Cube mixed with alien slash
I could totally do
Saw
something like it's technically in space.
slash Star Wars
Yeah.
Star Trek slash.
Hey, so we got a question here, and if you guys can help me out. What's I know of it, Love, Death, and Robots, but
Oh yeah.
how's that? Somebody's asking if our game's gonna be like that feel.
Some
mean-
parts might actually be like Love, Death, and Robots.
What is Love, Death,
Love-
and Robots?
Love, Death, and Robots
is like
is-
a compilation of like different kinds of videos. Like yeah, some of them deal with sci-fi and all that, but
Yeah, some of them are just trippy.
yeah.
Yeah, like that, but with a touch of 50 Shades of Grey and The Cube.
Oh.
I
See,
mean, we're not wrong. You guys aren't wrong. So
Mr. Gobbles, I think we will get along just fine.
that's pretty much all I wanted to get through with you guys. Is there anything in particular? I mean, I'm pretty much done. I got what I need for set this campaign. Oh, dang, this thing's there. It is. Sorry, I got a new webcam and it falls over the thing sometimes.
I'm telling the chat right now. Last call. Send us your questions. We're here to answer your question. What do you want to know about us or Dwarven Dad or anybody?
Because they don't
What's
recognize me.
your
Do
phone
I got to get
number?
the beard?
But I'm good. I think I'll just I'll send you my background. I'm gonna find that video again from the DM layer that I found about character background. I thought it was really good. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna try and make connections with some of you because I think that will help
nice.
with some RP. If you guys want to use it, cool. If you don't, that's that's fine too.
Okay.
Awesome.
When do you want our character sheets by? Or like our background?
Our first game will be on Saturday.
Okay.
So anytime before then.
Okay.
Please do not try and give them to me an hour before the game.
Damn it. Okay.
Matter of fact, I want them bare minimum. Let's aim for Friday. Bare minimum Friday.
Friday. Okay. Okay. Got it. That should be doable.
JDB asking what's our classes again. So I'm gonna be a cactus fighter. I might change it if we don't have a healer. I think.
No, you can't.
Yo, keep it.
Yeah, you can't change it now.
Okay.
Hey,
fine.
stop
Fine.
trying to be the grandma. He's always trying to be the mom.
Fine,
I'm gonna heal everybody.
I'll keep it then. Okay. But
Good.
I think is Joshua
I'll
going to do
get
a
a
wizard?
healing spell.
Is Joshua going to do a wizard?
I think Josh was going wizard.
Okay. There's that.
Well, I'm a sorcerer, so we're gonna have to have that fist fight.
No spells. No spells though.
Here's the thing: all of you could take magic initiate, and just take the cleric first level spell heal for healing.
There you go.
And if you're a spellcaster, you already have the spell slots for it.
I was gonna say I could just take a healing spell if you guys are that worried about it, but I don't think we need it. You know how many campaigns we run without fucking healing spells?
Yeah, we've all done pretty good before.
I'm usually pretty generous with the healing. This time around, though, I don't know.
The point is that he's trying to kill us, guys. So we can't be nice. No, Mr. Nice Guy.
I'm not trying to kill you. I'm trying to give you a fun and engaging game that you might not survive.
Cool.
That's literally the same thing.
Okay.
I mean, I'm okay with there being death and having to come back with a new character. But well, let's see.
Okay. All right. And
The Callisto Sorcerer may survive the entire time.
We got any more questions from the chat?
not too many. Nothing really popping up. So
All right.
I think it's kind of safe to say that everybody had their feed. They said hi.
Nice.
Appreciate everybody stopping by today. Next time we'll have our action-packed adventure, and we're gonna keep them nice and short, so you can sit with us and relax on Saturday nights.
Let's come hang out, watch a few games. Check back regularly for new Dwarven Dad mini adventures. As you can see, we had our first one up for Spelljammers. I'm going to be putting out more of those.
Gotcha. I'm going to try to do some more Dancing Wizard stuff. So I'll send them to you.
Coming
or
to elves.com.
elves.com. Real quick, for those who are still on the stream here, memberships, right? We got the top. So I'm showing them the memberships so they can see it. But they got their badges. D4 goes all the way to D20 after 2 years. That's just how YouTube works. But then we get emojis. We got Good Wrench, Disappointment. I'm going to change that instead of saying wham. It's going to say ban. So everybody gets a ban hammer.
It's like, how did we miss it?
Yeah.
Get a ban hammer. You got a heart and sun.
Kill space.
And then the more members we have, the more emojis I can make. So I definitely want to make like a laughing face. And now I want to make like Dwarven Dad underwear. And just like they wear like your face on it or something. So
see what I want. I want you to make one of me and my the full Dwarven Dad outfit and just put like, it's getting too real. Just like
do it.
All right, guys.
Okay.
I've got 1 million spaceships to build and some planets to create. We'll see y'all next time.
All right.
And some dungeonous rooms.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
All right, everyone. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
And whatever that. Oh, yeah, Spock's. There you go. Because we're going into space.
All right, this box.
The shocker?
The
Different
shocker?
spot.
No.
Different spot.
Yeah.
Different spot.
All right, later, guys.
All right, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
See you.
Is it over?
Yes. It might have caught